compare everybody's houses. I'm so sorry, we're having some technical difficulties here with internet. Anyways, I like to say it's always a seller's market, and today I want to talk to you about working with real estate agents. We work with real estate agents quite often. In fact, some of my partners are real estate agents. And it's interesting because my parents are selling their house up in Rhode Island, and they are hiring a realtor to sell their house for them. And they had asked me, wanted advice on choosing the right agent. And I had sent them my list of 15 or 16 interview questions that I've used in the past when I was hiring realtors. And this list came about because the very first realtor that I hired to sell our first house was a nightmare, because I didn't go through these interview questions. I didn't take my time hiring that real estate agent. And in the end, it ended up costing me a lot of money by hiring the wrong agent. And real estate agents, you guys, are like anyone else in this world. There's good investors and bad investors. There's good doctors and there's bad doctors. Same thing applies with real estate agents. You can have really good agents and you can have not so great agents. So I wanted to tell you about the story about this first house. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that we bought this house. It was our very first house. We put all this financing in place because we didn't have a lot of money to buy it. And the renovation went over, the repairs went over. We were way in under our head. We had put way more money into it than we expected to. And we were finally ready to put it on the market. And I was so excited because it had been a long time. And this was our very first property that we were going to be selling. And so I got a little overeager. And I don't know why I did this, but I hired these two agents before the renovation was even complete. And I hired one before we even finished the renovation. I mean, I hired one so quickly. And I wanted to sell the house for maximum profit. I wanted to get everything in place. And I remember at that time I was in a real estate investing coaching program, and my mentor said, why did you hire the realtor before you finished the renovation? And I said, well, I just want everything in place, and I want to make sure that we can sell it quickly with the realtor that we've chosen. So I never hired a real estate agent before. And for me, hiring a real estate agent was like, okay, I've done all the hard work. Now I can hire this agent, I can sit back and I can relax, and they're going to do all the work for me. And like most things in life, that was not the case, because no matter who you hire, you have to manage them. You can't just sit back and relax. And so I interviewed these two agents. I really liked this one agent. He loved what we were doing with the house. He had nothing negative to say about the house, as opposed to the other agent. And he had these, fancy nighttime reflecting signs that totally won me over. And I was like, ooh, fancy signs. Yes, I like you. I'm going to hire you. And I really didn't go through any of I didn't have any interview questions at the time because I had never hired an agent before. So, we got to work. We signed the listing agreement with him. We hadn't even finished the renovation. A few weeks later, we finished the renovation, and it was time to put it up on the market. So I let him do all the comps. Like, I had kind of looked at the comps to see what we could sell this house for, but I kind of let him do it because he was the agent and I was putting all my trust in him. And so I said, what do you think we should sell this for? And he looked at the comps and he said, we should sell it for, I can't even remember, but let's say $300,000. And I said, that's great, because I was looking at the numbers and we were going to make some profit with a $300,000 purchase. And I didn't do my due diligence to see if that was a realistic price for us. So we put it up on the market, and here's what happened. We didn't sell it right away, and we weren't getting any offers. And actually, we weren't really getting that many showings. And what happened was that we just overpriced the house. He was excited to price it at this higher amount. I was excited that he was telling me we could price it at this higher price. And it sat for, I don't even know how long. It was a few weeks or months that it sat. And we kept lowering the price and we kept lowering the price. And, finally we started getting people interested in the property. So our first mistake with him was that, number one, we didn't do our due diligence to see what the value of this house was. We just put all our faith in him, who we hadn't really even interviewed. I just liked his fancy signs, and he had nothing to say negative about the house, which is, again, when a realtor agent comes over and they see your house, they should be critiquing your house. They should have some negative things to say, because if there's things that you can fix to make your house look more appealing to buyers, then you want to do that before you list it on the market. And there were some things with this house that we got a lot of feedback from different buyers, and they were all saying the same thing. And so that was number one. But again, we overpriced it. He didn't hold many brokers opens or open houses in the beginning, and I kept pushing him to hold the brokers open. And finally, he said, brokers open, they don't really matter. We don't get a lot of traffic with them. And he held one or two open houses that weren't very successful, probably because we had the house overpriced on the market. And I think that he kind of just got frustrated with the fact that not a lot of buyers were coming in and out of the open house. But lastly, you guys, I did not manage the realtor very well. This was a new agent that I was working with. I did not interview him very well. I did not take my time hiring a real estate agent. I thought I was going to sit back and relax and let the agent do all the work because I had just done all this work. I was tired. I didn't want to do any more work. And I didn't manage him well. And I thought, we'll just keep lowering the price. And we lowered the price so much so that in the end, by the time we sold the home and we factored in the 6% realtor's cost, and we had some repairs that we had to do, and I think we gave the sellers some repair credit, and then we had our closing costs, we ended up making about 40% of what we thought we were going to make on this property at the end of the day. And that wasn't all the agent's fault. Like I said, we had really gone over on this the renovation, so it wasn't completely the real estate agent's fault, but it was my fault for not managing that agent and not taking my time to hire the right agent. And Tom McNamara, I know you're watching. You are one of the best agents I know, and so you can probably relate when I say there are good agents out there and there are bad agents out there, and you have to, if you're going to be selling your house, you have to find the right agent for you. And so when my parents reached out and said, hey, we're going to be interviewing agents, I literally emailed them my list of these 15 agent interview questions that I still use today. Now, I don't hire a lot of real estate agents at this point because I have my own team of agents who I now use regularly. Some of them are my partners and I trust them with, honestly, my life, some of them. But in the beginning, I started using these realtor agent interview questions when I would hire an agent. And so I would be happy to share them with you. And if you'd like them, you can message me on the Carrie Buys Houses page, and I will gladly send them out. But for you homeowners out there, or you sellers who are maybe interested in listing with a realtor, or you're not sure if you want to sell it yourself, give us a call. We will give you an offer on that house. And if for some reason we don't move forward with you, if it doesn't work out, I will personally give you these interview questions as well, and I will refer you to my team of agents who I use to sell my houses. And that's my promise to you. We can't buy every house from every homeowner, but what we can do is help every homeowner make the best informed, educated decision when they are selling their house. And I'm happy to refer you to whoever I can, and for you to use my realtor interview questions, because you guys, it will make or break you with some of these things. The last thing you want to do is list your house with a realtor who is not a great realtor, or who just doesn't understand the process, or who doesn't understand the area, or who just doesn't have the experience to sell your type of home, and then you waste time and the house just sits on the market. And that's exactly what happened with our very first home, and I learned the hard way. So that is it for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you on the next video.